Hi, chicken pies. I am going to do an experiment from my favorite scientist, Steve Spangler. And he makes these lava lamps in wine glasses, and I'm going to make them called dancing bubbles. Now, first you need some oil. You can use any kind of oil. I've used baby oil before, olive oil, but I'm going to use canola oil today. And I'm going to fill the wine glass or a mason jar, anything you want, about a little over a third. And I think I'll get 2 going. What do you think about that? Can you see the little bubbles in there? Well, they're going to, we're going to add some water now. And you see how it separates? Look at all the bubbles. Isn't that so cool? Well, there are different chemical reactions to this. They don't mix because they are non-polar molecules and polar molecules. And water is a polar molecule, and it looks like a V. And the non-polar molecule, like oil, see how it separates? It doesn't mix. So now it says to add some water, some color in there. So I'm going to add some orange in that one. And I'm going to add some green into this one. And you notice what color I used? I used the color we made from our markers. That's been really handy for me. I don't know if you can see, there's little bubbles now. But the experiment is, if I put a piece of Alka-Seltzer in, it says to put a 1/4 at a time. What do you think about that? I'll try. Let's see what happens. Well, it makes carbon dioxide bubbles. Can you see them floating to the top? The carbon dioxide bubbles attach to the blob of color, and then it floats it to the top, and then it bursts, and the color all floats, sinks down to the bottom again. Isn't that cool? It's like a lava lamp. That is so cool, isn't it, friends? I'm going to try some more in there. Whoa. See how the blobs of color go to the top? They float to the top, and then they sink down to the bottom. And if you're real quiet, you can hear it fizz. Isn't that so cool, friends? I could look at it for hours. And on the top, it makes a little foam. And the more Alka-Seltzer I put in, the more I can hear the fizzing. It's going to work. And I also made another thing the other day in class, and it's called a wave bottle. Isn't that so cool? Would you like me to show you how to make one? Okay. Now for this, I found out in class by experimenting that I needed something stronger, the pigment stronger than the color that we made from the liquid, from the crayons, the markers. So I have some liquid water, some food coloring with me. Now I'm just going to move these to the side so I can show you. I'm going to take this plastic bottle and I'm going to fill it mostly with oil. It's getting up there. Are the other bubbles still fizzing and attaching to color to the top? So cool to see. And then they pop and they fall down and they sink to the bottom. That's a lot of oil, huh? And then I'm going to add a little bit of water. And then I'm going to use some food coloring. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you see the blobs of color? Now they're just sinking to the bottom all by themselves. and wait until I put in the Alka-Seltzer, and then it's going to make carbon dioxide bubbles. And these blobs of color are going to attach themselves to those bubbles and float all the way to the top. And then they're going to pop when the carbon dioxide bubble pops, and the color is going to sink down to the bottom. Now, should I try it? I don't know. It says to drop a whole Alka-Seltzer in. We were only doing a half an Alka-Seltzer, a quarter of an Alka-Seltzer. Okay, I'm going to drop some Alka-Seltzer in. Oh no, what do you think is going to happen? Whoa, look at that. They're floating to the top, and then they're crashing and sinking to the bottom. Is that the coolest thing you've ever seen? It looks so beautiful. You can hear the fizzing too and see the bubbles. It almost looks like the little frog eggs for the tadpoles we talked about the other day in class. It is so cool. I am going to put a cover on and see if I can make this into a wave bottle. What do you think about that? Whoa. You have to make sure the cover is really, really tight to do this. What do you think? I love how it's always in motion. And you can make some of these at home too. Happy bubble dancing.